Hey guys, what's going on? Mike here from Altcoin Freedom. In this video, we're going to talk about the possibility of Tron TRX having bigger gains than Ripple in the next little while coming into June and July. And we're going to look at some news about Tron to see what could be pushing the price and what's happening out there. And then we'll get a little information about the token migration too for those of you who are still concerned about what to do with your tokens, get them on an exchange or not, or even haven't heard the news yet. We'll talk about that a little bit in the video. So let's look at the market cap, 371 billion, down a little bit, but not crashing too low. We're still holding close to 400 billion, and there's some good signs of things to come in June, July, and August. So this is a good sign, guys. We're kind of consolidating just close to 400 billion, and not too much fluctuation there, up or down, which is a good sign leading up to some of the news that's coming out. So let's look at Tron. We see Tron here at under 7 cents. Trading sideways, but one thing, guys, Tron's held its own in the last little while with some of the dips and things that are happening. Tron hasn't taken too much of a hit, so that's some good news. Now here's what I want to talk to some of you guys about. Some of you know, some of you don't know. The TRX migration notice. This is on Tron's Reddit, so you guys can look it up there. But for those of you that are concerned about what to do with your tokens leading up to migration, here's a little notice from Tron. Dear investors, Tron mainnet is launching soon. Token migration from ERC20 TRX to mainnet TRX will occur between the June 21st to June 25th. If your TX is held on an exchange, no action is required. If your TRX is held in a wallet, you must deposit your TRX to an exchange before June 24th, 2018 to avoid any losses. Okay, guys, so that's a lot of people were thinking about what do we do with it. I don't want to put my Tron on an exchange, but that's what they're asking, to avoid any losses, because the exchange is going to take place, the migration will take place on the exchanges. And there's a lot of exchanges out there offering their support for this, okay? And you can look that up too in the Tron's Reddit. You'll see a lot of exchanges giving their support that they'll take care of that for you. But this is the key thing here. There was an update, guys, to avoid losses. People were scared that if I don't find this notice, if I didn't know about this, because a lot of people thought, hey, I'm not going to think about Tron for a while. It was a long-term hold. They were worried if what happens to my friends or other people in the crypto world if they didn't get this notice and they don't put their coins on and they don't do the exchange? Are they going to lose their TRX? So this has been a little update Tron put out here. From June 21st to 25th, TRX withdrawals on exchanges will be suspended. On June 25th, both TRX deposits and withdrawals on exchanges will be suspended. Deposits and withdrawals will resume on June 26th. During this period, TRX trading will not be affected. Here it is, guys, look at this. If your TRX is held in a wallet and you were not aware of the migration notice or saw the migration notice after June 25th, please visit our permanent token exchange counter to exchange your tokens for mainnet TRX. So this little update was put out a couple days ago, guys, but that's a little safety net, and that's nice of Tron to do that, right? Because a lot of people are concerned about what's going to happen. Not everybody's following the news, and some people are, thinking, hey, I'm not touching my crypto for months or years, so people could miss out on things that are happening in the industry and with their project. So this is a little nice thing Tron's telling us, that they will have that over-the-counter, permanent token exchange counter where they'll help people that miss this notice. But for those of you that are wondering, why are people asking you to put your tokens on an exchange? Well, that's what Tron is asking, okay? And it's right here on their Reddit, so you can look that up yourselves. And then you can look up a lot of like Binance, a lot of the big exchanges. There's another one I'll talk about in this video. They're all offering support for that. So there's lots of options where you could put your tokens on different exchanges. Now, guys, Tron, could it do better than Ripple in the next couple of months? We know Ripple has the partnerships, and they're really getting a lot of use cases out there, like real use cases, which is exciting a lot of people. And Ripple, I'm a big holder of Ripple. I believe in Ripple, so I'm excited about Ripple. I'm also a holder of Tron. I believe in Tron long-term too. And let's look at what Tron is doing in China. We can't underestimate the Asian market, guys, okay, and the influence and the connections Tron will have in China. So China, the key to Tron's TRX long-term growth. Again, Tron is a coin that we should be looking at long-term, guys, right? They're trying to just do a major evolution of the internet, of what we know the internet to be, and media on the internet. So it's not something that has to happen right away. If we get these little price surges, great, maybe we can make some profit. If you're a long-term holder, maybe it's something you see big profit in the future. Okay, you're not concerned about in the next month or two or even week that you have to become a millionaire on your Tron in the next week, and you can't believe what's happening in the market these days. Like some people, they just can't believe they're not becoming millionaires on every project they bought into a couple months ago. But look at this. Cryptocurrencies had been losing value just about a couple of weeks ago. Some of them even lost more than half their worth. Yeah, Bitcoin's down, the market's down, we know that. A bit of panic has been going on. As news of Tether's trouble with the authorities became public, things became worse. Is there an altcoin that has been doing well in this hostile environment constantly? Yes, it's called Tron Trx. Even though China hasn't popped up as a significant advocate of cryptocurrencies, they plan to create their very own on the other side. Guys, why do you think China? We know all the regulation coming out of China and banning ICOs and all that. They're not turning their back on cryptocurrency and blockchain, which is the future of the world, right? They're not going to fall behind. They're very technologically advanced. They know what's going on. But what they're going to do is position themselves to benefit from this, even with their own, cryptocurrencies, their own platforms. They're going to be having ICOs go through China. China's going to do what's good for China, and they're not going to have technologies, companies, business organizations, maybe in North America, other parts of the world, take the money out of China. They're going to really position themselves well to be a big player in blockchain and cryptocurrency, and we can bet they will with the technology and the people and the brain power they have. And it's going to be big, big things happening in China, which is good for Tron, which will have very big connections there. Now let's keep going with this. But Tron's usefulness probably has turned the country to add some exception filters regarding cryptos. Tron has this connection with China. That's probably what makes it a stable coin that could be a good bet in the long term. I'll tell you why. Tron's CEO and Jack Ma of Alibaba, guys. We've talked about this. You should know by now that Jack Ma is the man behind Alibaba. He's been known to support his former collaborator and former students. Here's the kicker. Tron CEO Justin Sun is a former Jack Ma's student and co-worker. It means that Alibaba's power could soon support Tron's efforts. This piece of info is not that meaningful in terms of objective data, but if Mr. Da decides to support Tron with all of Alibaba's might, that could change the game for everybody. Just keep an observing eye on the market. That won't just be about money. It will be about being viable in China. How do you beat that? Exactly, guys. A connection in China in the crypto world and blockchain is huge. And something as powerful as Alibaba backing it and giving support, we can look at charts, we can look at numbers, we can do math all day, guys. But these are the kind of things that could just be huge game changers in the future and just change the whole landscape of the cryptocurrency market and a certain project like Tron. When you have a country, as powerful as China is going to be in blockchain and cryptocurrency, maybe really pushing something. So that's something we have to think about, guys. And Neo and VeChain seem to be also doing well under China's government. But Tron could do just better. Keep watching. Okay, so Tron services are a great match for the Chinese market. Tron is not your standard cryptocurrency. They aim to become a means to decentralize web content. They believe every content creator should be in control of their own content. Yes, the creators, not the corporations. This means that Tron's users will not just be coin enthusiasts, but content creators in the 18 to 35 demographic. You should keep in mind that Tron is playing the crypto game, but they are going after a different market as well, and they are getting it. They want a free web. China alone has 400 million users who have this profile, which is why it's a huge market for Tron, and also why China could make Tron go all the way to the moon. In fact, if you consider the Chinese market alone, you could argue that Tron is undervalued at the present time, which is a good reason to just go for it. Okay, guys, so let's look down a little more. What is good for Tron is good for China. No, we're not exaggerating. China is one of the world's biggest markets, and Tron is intimately linked to China, and this connection will be even bigger if Mr. Jack Ma comes in support of Tron, as is expected. And guys, I think so. Tron's interests are aligned with China's. If you do a bit of research, you'll find that China prefers to support those firms that give power to the Chinese people, exactly, instead of multinationals. The crypto world has a name for that. It's called Tron. Tron will essentially get the content market away from Apple and Google and make it independent. This is in China's interests, and it will make the Tron coin a reliable and stable digital asset. It will make it work in the long term. Tron is good for China and vice versa. This connection alone could make Tron explode this year and way beyond. Yes, for many years, guys. Keep an eye on it. Buy some Tron tokens while they're cheap. So Tron could be undervalued and be very cheap right now for what could possibly happen in the future in China, in the Asian markets with Tron. So something to think about. Don't underestimate that. Let's look over here too. Something else I want to show you guys. Okay, Tron TRX price analysis for the 17th of May. Bulls holding strong as the mainnet D-Day approaches. With all the news coming up about token migration and the mainnet, guys, Tron has held its own, right? It hasn't fallen too far. It hasn't like fluctuated as much as some of the other coins. It's holding its own there. In the long-term charts, which usually offer a hint of the direction of the market, Tron is at the very beginning of an uptrend. It is sitting on a key support level of, should be 7 cents. This has been an area of major price activity in the past. At the moment, there's a strong buying pressure at this price level, with the market having rejected selling pressure that drove price down to 6 cents earlier in the week. That's a good sign for people looking to buy Tron at the moment because it shows that there's a strong bull presence in the market. So it hasn't been getting pushed around too much, right? It's showing if there's been dips, people are buying it. People want a piece of Tron for this mainnet, for the news, for things that they believe in it. So that's a good thing for Tron. We could be looking at kind of a bull run coming here. If we look down this last paragraph, besides, investors are highly optimistic about the mainnet driving up price. So that's what's really helped it in the last little while, that bit of news there, guys. As such, any slight dips in price are quickly bought up as investors move in anticipation that TRX could break above 10 cents after the mainnet is launched. Tron's fundamental strength at the moment is validated by the fact that it's one of the major cryptos that have held steady even as the rest of the market has dropped. Okay, so it's been doing pretty good. And here's some information, guys, we talked about exchanges. There's a lot of exchanges. You can look them up. Just do a Google search there. Get into the Reddit, Tron Reddit. You'll find a lot of exchanges that are supporting the migration. But here's another one. Tron gets another helping hand by BitPi. BitPi Wallet, a wallet service provider, has announced their support to Tron's mainnet launch and blockchain upgrade. According to the latest post by Tron Lab at their Medium account, the BitPi wallet will be supporting Tron blockchain upgrade and token migration. As reported, Tron will be launching a virtual machine on the 25th of May. The Tron virtual machine is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. The mainnet launch will occur on the 31st of May. The token migration will be taking place on the 21st of June. So later in June, guys, they'll be doing the token migration once they know the mainnet's up and everything's functioning and working properly. The migration has gotten recent supports from various wallets and exchange platforms. Okay, guys, so there's a lot of exchanges going to support that. But again, come back here, get into the Tron Reddit. Let me take that up there for you guys again. This migration notice, for any of you that are concerned about the exchange, a lot of people are saying, hey, that goes against, we have to get our coins off of exchanges, not put them on exchanges, but that's what Tron wants us to do for this. So you guys are going to have to think about the best way to do that for you. But remember, the token exchange is happening later in June. And at the end of the month, we're going to have the mainnet launch. We're going to have to see if that's working properly. Okay, guys, I'm a big advocate of Tron. Personally, I don't want to push it on anyone. You guys do what you think is best for you. If you love it or you hate it, that's fine. But maybe you could share in the comments below your views of Tron TRX and where you think we could be with TRX. And do you think maybe TRX could be the coin that could be giving us some bigger gains than Ripple in the next couple months? Towards the end of 2018. And what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look in the comments and find someone, like we always do, very positive person sharing some information with this community, and we're going to give a free Power Crypto membership to that individual to bring you in for your positivity and your knowledge and information and your willingness to help the community and just share information that could help other people be successful in the cryptocurrency world. That's what we're looking for, guys. And if you liked the video, please give it a like. I appreciate that a lot, guys. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. We're going to give a lot of more news. We're going to keep ramping up this channel and giving more news on every different coin out there that we're excited about and that we see the community is excited about, so we could help different people catch some news that they might have missed about a project they're in too. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.